What if you had the ability to shape your reality just by changing what you focus on? What would your life look like? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Kully and I'm on a mission to help you create peace in your mind. In previous videos, I've spoken about the 7 laws of the universe and how these laws impact us all, whether we know it or not. And today, I'm diving into the 4th edition, the law of polarity. The law of polarity, in a nutshell, means that everything has an equal opposite. Hot and cold, light and dark, tall and short, yes and no, in and out. You can't have one without having the other, as one defines the other. So creating a balance, just like 2 sides of the same coin. Take temperature for example. It ranges from hot to cold, but they're really just the same thing. They're both just measures of heat energy at different ends of the thermometer. One of the principles in understanding the law of polarity is realizing that everything we encounter, every situation, every circumstance has an equal opposite. So when life throws you something negative or you're facing something difficult, focus on the fact that the opposite of this difficulty also exists and is there just waiting for you to discover it. Think back to an event where something bad might have happened. In the moment, and for many months thereafter, you might have felt terrible. You might have replayed it over and over again in your mind. But after some time, maybe a few years, the outcome surprisingly starts showing some positives. Maybe even something life-changing in a good way. That job loss led to an even better career path, or the heartbreak that led you onto your current situation. But what happens is, you unconsciously start resisting the law of polarity. Think how you would normally react to criticism. Now be honest, do you respond in a defensive manner? Do you respond in a negative way? And if you do, there's no judgment at all. But without realizing it, you're missing a valuable opportunity, because that criticism also has an opposite side, an opportunity for growth and improvement. Another principle of this law is that it encourages you to focus on your desired results. Where you put your mental energy directly affects the life that you experience. Focus on the negatives and you'll attract more negative experiences. But focus on the positive and you're going to attract more positive things into your life. Take a moment and just reflect on this. Has there been a time in your life where your negative thinking has turned into a self-fulfilling prophecy? In other words, has there been a time in your life where you've said, I know that was going to happen, or I knew I wouldn't get that job, or I knew she or he would do this, and then it happened? That is called a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I'll go into that in a bit more detail in another video. Now, when you do that, you're using the law of polarity, but you're just not using it in your favor. What about the times you've told yourself that you're going to get that promotion, or that you're going to hit that personal best in the gym, and then you ended up doing it, or you ended up getting that promotion? That's also you're using the law of polarity, but now you're using it in your favor. You're shifting your focus to the positive because it has to exist. It's universal law. When life throws you a challenge, instead of feeling numb or overwhelmed by whatever the challenge may be, visualize the other side of it. Visualize the opportunity for growth that this challenge will bring you. To better understand how this law works in daily life, let's look at a few examples. Take a job loss, for example. Losing a job can initially seem like a disaster. You've got bills to pay, you've got a family to feed, car, rent, mortgage payments. However, if you take some focused time to really assess what you want to do with your life, that job loss becomes an opportunity to find some inner strength, inner courage, and then completely shift direction into a whole new career path. Therefore, that job loss was never a disaster in the first place. It becomes a blessing in disguise. Now, let's take relationships, for example. You can often grow and learn the most important thing about yourself. Yet in this space of loss, if you allow yourself to heal and release certain things that you may have been carrying for many, many years prior to the relationship, this becomes an opportunity for you to learn about yourself. It becomes an opportunity to learn what you want in a relationship, what you need in a relationship, what you even provide in a relationship, and also what you don't need, want, or are able to provide in a relationship. Every relationship you've experienced can offer you a lesson to be learned if you're open to receiving them. How about health issues? Facing health problems can be incredibly challenging, but it's also in these testing times that many people find their greatest motivation to make lifestyle changes leading to healthier, longer lives. At each of these life hurdles, The positive opposite is always there. It's always waiting to be found. But you have to learn to shift your focus and direct your energy towards looking for them. Now, before I go any further, if you're getting some value out of this video, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button so you can keep up to date when I release more thought-provoking videos. I appreciate you. Look, everybody at some point absorbs negativity, and everybody at some point can become overwhelmed by the negativity, where everything seems to be going against them. The problem arises when you solely focus on the bad or the negative things that are happening, whilst completely ignoring and disregarding the law of polarity and the positives that it has to offer you. Such a closed perspective is going to stop you from creating the life that you actually want, and then you'll just call it fate. Understanding the law of polarity can be life-changing. It brings the realization that each negative circumstance carries the seed of an equal or greater benefit. You just need to be able to shift your focus and discover it. And then you'll discover fate actually belongs to you. Take some time and reflect on some of the situations in your life, especially those that didn't work out in your favor. Don't replay them or add emotion to them again. Just apply the law of polarity to them. What are the positives that came out of them? What are the positives that to this day you still haven't even realized? Look at your current situation. If you're unhappy with your current job, what would the opposite look like? What does your dream job look like? Would you even have a job, or would you open your own business? How can the law of polarity guide you towards taking every negative situation in your life, but flipping it onto its positive side? If you can learn to change your perspective and alter the way you receive certain situations, whilst always looking for the positive in every situation, what you're actually doing is you're reprogramming your thinking pattern. You're reprogramming yourself to respond to anything that life throws at you with optimism and positivity. Now, this is something I work on with my one-on-one clients. Instead of getting emotionally attached on the problem, your mind begins to search for the solution, because there always is a solution, and the solution is usually in the problem. Now, I know in theory, it's easy to say, yeah, just change the way you think. And I'm fully aware in reality, it's not actually that easy. It is going to take time. It is going to take practice. You will find yourself thinking of the negative, but you've got to consciously overpower that. You've got to override your current way of thinking, because once you do, you'll just see your life change in so many different ways. Start asking yourself, what opportunity might this situation be disguising? Or what's the positive in this situation? Because there always is one. Every challenging circumstance has within it the seed of an equal or greater opportune moment. Challenges are just new avenues for growth. Be grateful for them, because they're leading you to a new path, and they're leading you to a new version of you. Now, I know in the moment, bad times can be confusing, frustrating, emotionally draining, but you've got to start looking at them as stepping stones to greater opportunities and a deeper understanding of life and yourself. You also have to appreciate the point of life is not to survive, but to thrive. Now, this mindset shift can really change your relationship with challenges and obstacles, and the way you even navigate through these challenges and through these obstacles, which in turn is going to change your relationship with the way you view reality in your life. And it's through these challenges that you don't just survive, but you learn to thrive. You develop resilience, wisdom, and a type of tenacity that will keep you moving forward no matter what life throws at you. But you have to be looking for them. That's all I got for you in this video. If you got some value out of the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out some of my previous videos, and I'll see you in the next one.